Here is a very quick rundown of everything you need to know about the penultimate rounds of the 2025 F1 Academy season, which is taking place in Singapore. Firstly, where did Zandvoort leave us? Pan maintained her 20-point lead, but Verg is now second and Chambers is third. And looking at the team championship, Prema Racing looked pretty solid in first. Secondly, what's happened since Zandvoort? There has been 3 days of testing, and this took place in Spain at the Circuito de Navarra. Between the 16th and the 17th of September, the current drivers took part in 4 sessions, and in each of the sessions, the leaderboard looked pretty much how it looks during a race weekend. However, there was also a rookie test. On the 17th and the 18th of September, 18 female drivers were selected to take part in this rookie test, and it seems like the main aim of this was to provide the drivers with the opportunity to prove that they deserve a seat in 2026. But there definitely was a big focus on development, so on the first day they didn't do any track running, but they did some on the second day. And based on their lap times, these were the drivers that were in the top 5 for both sessions. So at least some of those names are pretty likely to make it onto the grid next year. In fact, Megan Bruce will be making an appearance this year, and that's because Ana Gnostiades has fractured her left foot. So unfortunately, she can't take part in Singapore, and that means that Bruce is going to be her replacement, which nicely brings us on to what we can expect at the Marina Bay Street Circuit this year. Firstly, here are the local timings, and as you can see, the sessions are going to be taking place in the late afternoon, which means that the ambient temperatures are going to be hotter than they are in the F1 race, which means that the drivers are likely to feel quite a big physical strain. Also, this track has very little room for error due to its layout, particularly the fact it's quite narrow. So I think it's going to be quite an interesting one to watch from a perspective of looking at their skills. However, based on last year, it probably won't be that dramatic, especially because overtaking can be difficult. Although that does mean that qualifying will have quite a bit of importance. Finally, here is the wildcard.